Hi, thank you so much for joining. Where are you streaming from? Hello. So good evening. From where I am currently streaming from. So where are you streaming from? Hi. I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me? One moment people can hear me. The next moment they can't hear me. Hello. Thank you so much for joining. Yeah. I don't know what if it is from my network or hello everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. You're welcome to the live. Good evening from Nigeria. Can you tell me where you're streaming from? If you can hear me, can you type in the chat box that you can hear me? If you cannot hear me, do let me know. If you can hear me, type in the chat box that you can hear me. Hi, thank you so much for streaming. Hello everyone. Okay, we were talking previously about growing on YouTube as beginner creators. I don't know if we'll have to continue the class this night. So let me get more people to join. I'm trying to share the live, and then we can be able to do that discussion this night. Hello, thank you so much for joining. Where are you streaming from? Welcome to the live. So we are actually talking about how to grow on YouTube, and hopefully we'll be able to do that discussion very soon. You're welcome to the live. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You're welcome. So I'm trying to put up the poll. You're welcome to the live, everyone. You're welcome. Thank you so much for joining. I have been, talking about how to grow on YouTube. Hello, Alex. Alex, you're welcome to the live. Where are you streaming from? Where are you streaming from, Alex? It's so good to have you around. I'm streaming from Nigeria, and I think this is the first time I'm meeting you on the live, Alex. I don't know if this is the first time I'm meeting you on the live. You're welcome. I'm so glad to have you on board. So we want to do I know this country? I'm not so good with country flags, right? And it's a little bit tiny that I can't say it very well. Oh, it's your first time. It's so good to have you on the live. You're welcome. So I don't know. I think I came in. Oh, Ghana. I thought as much. You're welcome. So I'm streaming from Nigeria, and it's so good to have you around, Alex. So I've been teaching this series on, how to grow on YouTube as beginner creators, how to navigate for people who are trying to build their channel, for people who want to grow in 2026. So I have been sharing quite some experiences and how I was able to navigate through YouTube, especially in the first few weeks and months, and just trying to encourage creators who are looking to grow their channel, or people who would want to start creating content in 2026. So if this is something that you'd be interested to learn one thing or two based off my own experience, you are welcome on board. Do well to give this video a thumbs up, and do not forget to hit the subscribe button so you get notified when I go live for these teachings. Okay, so previously when I came live, I talked about the first step of content creation for beginner creators, And that first step was actually creating a niche in which you want to dominate in. One thing I keep telling my community members is that the field is saturated and it will continue to be saturated. Okay, so if you feel like people are already doing what you want to do and you will not be able to do it again, then you are wrong, because new people will keep coming into that field. They will keep creating that kind of content, and you will keep sitting back. You will see people who just started doing very well, but you're still contemplating if you should start or not, because you don't want to, you know, you don't want to do what other people they are doing. You're scared that you will not get supporters. You're scared that you will not get engagement and people who would maybe engage on your video or view your videos, right? So one thing I keep telling my audience is that you have to find a niche first if you want to grow. Okay, we talked extensively about niching down, how you can, guys. So I shared lots of ideas on how you can build that niche, how you can successfully start up on what you want to do, depending on which area you want to go into. Do you want to go into AI content creation? Do you want to go into food content? Do you want to go into comedy skit content, things that entertain people? Or you want to go into blogging? So it depends on what exactly you want to do and how you're positioning yourself. All right, let me quickly check on my network before people come back to the live again. Hi, thank you so much. I'm just trying to rectify my network issues. You all are welcome. You guys just hang around, I'll be back. All right, I think this should be working now. Hi, thank you so much for joining. So we are going to continue with our discussion for creators. Hello, everyone. You're welcome back to the live. You're welcome back to the live. You're welcome back to the live. So, if you're a new YouTube creator, if you are a new YouTube creator and you are looking to grow, if you're a new YouTube creator, you are on the live, you're looking to grow, you are on the right platform. Okay, on this place I am going to teach you how you can navigate through YouTube from my own experience. And if you're looking to connect with other creators, do well whenever you see them pop up on the comment section or on the timeline. Do well to connect with them. That way you are growing and you are connecting with other active creators, right? So if you're new on the platform, you're welcome to the live. Kindly tell me where you are streaming from, and don't forget to give this live a thumbs up if you're just joining. You're welcome. If you can help me to share the live too to your active contacts, because I want to see if I can finish up my teaching very soon. Hello, Frederick. You're welcome to the live. It's so good to have you on board. Where are you streaming from, Frederick? right? I hope I got that right. Where are you streaming from, Frederick? It's so good to have you on the live. I'm currently streaming from Nigeria, and it's so good. Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining the live. If you're just joining, do well to give this live a thumbs up, and don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section telling me where you're streaming from. Do well to connect with other creators just like you. Okay, one of the essence of um some of these platforms is, if you want to grow, okay, you get to meet other creators like yourself on platforms like this, right? So one thing I am doing this period, this season, is to teach new creators how to navigate through YouTube. Okay, if you're just joining, you're welcome once again. So previously I talked about the first step of growing on YouTube, right? Okay, I am so sorry the live went up. My phone keeps turning off this live, and I hope to fix that very soon, because I really do not understand why it is doing that, and it's disrupting the flow of the live. Hello, 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 hello. Thank you so much, everyone. Maybe I'll just sing for you guys, right? Hello. Hello, thank you so much for joining. If you're just joining, you're welcome to the live. Kindly tell me where you're streaming from, and don't forget to give this live a thumbs up for me before you disappear again, right? So my name is Grace, and I am currently streaming from Nigeria. I'm an upcoming creator, So one of the things I intend to do is to come live and teach other creators how to navigate through YouTube. YouTube can be, exhausting and draining sometimes. So creators like myself and other people who are still trying to find their way around, they are just currently looking for how to do this, right? And some people, they're actually here, just for the entertainment purposes, and you know some to connect with and learn from other people. So if you're right here, you're welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Don't forget to leave a comment and tell me where you're streaming from, because one of the things I want to do is to connect with my audience. That is one of the reasons I am going live. Okay, so it is not difficult for me to just create a video and post, but I decided to do more of the bonding this year. So if you're joining, you're welcome. I will be so glad to know where you're streaming from. Do well to leave it in the comment section or in the chat box. I'll be responding to each and every comment. You're welcome to the live once again. So today I am going to be talking about, like, one thing that stands out for me in this whole content creation journey, and that is how to you know repurpose your content, or how to plan your content, right? So a lot of people are already into content creation. It's either they are into content creation, or they are still trying to find their footing. If you were in this life previously, you would understand that one of the things I talked about that is very important and very necessary for creators to do is to have an area that they want to dominate in, is to have like a very strong audience and niche that they want to be known for, right? And I keep telling creators that it doesn't matter how saturated the environment is, you will continue to find competitors, you will continue to find other people doing the same thing that you do, that will continue to do what you want to do. So even when you start up something new, you will find out that your neighbor that was previously not doing that thing is now doing it. So I tell creators to be focused on whatever niche it is they want to go into, depending on what you want to do. Okay, if your niche is food content creation, AI content creation, whatever it is, you should have a niche and be very strong in it. Thank you so much for watching. Kindly tell me where you're streaming from, and don't forget to help me give this live a thumbs up. I am so excited to have everyone stream the video and be on the live today, so that we continue our discussion on how to build our channel and how to lock in for 2026. If you've not locked in, you're not alone. Okay, there are a lot of people who haven't locked in yet for 2026. There are a lot of people who are still trying to find their foot, okay, to place their foot somewhere in 2026. So it doesn't matter if you've not started yet. If you're feeling lost, you're not alone. Okay, people are still, trying to know how to go through the whole year. People are still trying to know what to do this year. So you are not alone. Okay, hi happiness, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you. Thank you. God bless you. So people are still trying to know how to build their self, how to grow this year. Okay, so you're not the only person that have not started anything. So if you've not started anything and you feel like you're already behind, that is far from it. Okay, you are not behind. There are people still trying to build, people are still trying to figure out. But one thing I'm going to tell you is how you start up the year will actually help you much more better. It doesn't mean that there's a particular time for you to start. No. Okay, there is no particular set aside time that you must start your year. You just need to know how to approach it better. Okay, if there were steps you took previously last year that you felt like, okay, these steps were not fruitful, it didn't yield any outcome, what you just have to do is to repurpose whatever it is that you did last year and try to do it better this year. Okay, now you have to get out a journal. If you're not into journaling, you can start trying that out. You can start putting down thoughts and ideas that you want to implement this year. Okay, it will help you focus better, it will help you build better, it will help you plan better. Okay, so if you want to go into content creation this year and one of the platforms that you are trying to build on is YouTube, you are in the right place, because I am going to, keep sharing ways that you can build on YouTube. You can, try to build audience, you can try to bond with people. Okay, so I made a decision this year, and one of that decision is to go live so that I can be able to connect more with my audience and connect more with people, right? So if your idea for this year is to start up content or to start up a business, or just to be better than you were last year, and you are still lost in thoughts of what to do, you're still trying to figure out what next and how well to do that, do not worry. Help is going to come your way, and one of the things I'm going to do is to bring you value so that you are able to navigate through it. If you don't know me, my name is Grace, and I am a practicing medical doctor and a content creator. I am not a full-time content creator, neither am I so perfect with content creation, but I keep learning, and out of everything I am going to be sharing with you things that can also help you on your journey through content creation. If you want to start a business, I am also going to give you tips and ideas, because I am an entrepreneur and I have won grants for my business. I have tried to I built my business from scratch, not even I have tried to. So I built a business from scratch, and one of the things I'm going to do is to come here and keep giving you guys value, how to either grow a business, how to grow, in content creation, even with little or no finance. All right, I'm going to tell you how to do this, and you don't have to do too much. So previously we were talking about niching. Okay, for people who would want to go into content creation this year, the first thing you want to do is to find a niche, a field that you want to talk about or you want to teach about. Okay, you should be very, very skilled in that field. Even if you're not skilled, okay, there are ways to go about these things. Okay, people learn in the field. I don't know, there's a way they put that statement. You can learn while you're growing. Okay, so you may not have so much ideas, but because you're passionate about that thing, you can begin to learn as you're growing. Okay, so be very, very specific about what you want to do. Do you want to, it will help you not to get overwhelmed and not to feel, tired when you're trying to grow. Okay, now if you're all over the place, you will get so weighed down and you will not be able to figure out what to do. Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining. Don't forget to give this live a thumbs up for me. And if you're a new creator looking to grow on YouTube, you want to grow on YouTube, you're looking to connect with other creators, do well to leave a comment in the comment section. There are new creators who are looking to grow their channels this year. There are people who are looking to grow their brands and businesses this year. So do well to connect with people that are, leaving a comment in the comment section. Don't just scroll past. Sometimes you just have to build, and you have to build with the right audience, right? So if you're new to the channel, you're welcome to the channel. Do well to connect with people. Leave a comment, tell me where you're streaming from, because I want to get to know everybody. It's not possible, but I'm going to try my best to know everybody. So today I want to talk about something very vital in, content creation journey. Okay, so you can check the previous live. There was a live that I made on how to grow on YouTube as a beginner. That was the first part of the live where I talked about niching. I explained so much, I talked so much about niching on that live. So today I want to talk about your content itself. Okay, now you've decided to go into a niche. How do you go ahead to plan your content? I am going to give you so many ideas on how you can plan your content, and you can do that on a budget, right? So a lot of people do not have that finance to, go into creating content with so much money, and they just want to start up something. They just want to get creative. Okay, so it actually depends on where you are first, right? How do I mean it depends on where you are? Are you in a place where it is very convenient and comfortable for you, or are you in a place where it is not comfortable for you? Those are the two things you should consider. Remember, I talked about your type of content. Now I'm going to be highlighting some kind of content, and I'll be highlighting how you can, start up each of this content. I'm not going to be highlighting everything, but if you know that you want me to talk about your own niche, do well to pop it up in the comment section. If you're on the live, you're welcome to the live. Don't forget to give this live a thumbs up for me, and do well to also share the link to your friends so that they will come and learn a thing or two. If you're into business and you are looking for ideas that will help you to make money this 2026, feel free to hop in. I'm going to share with you business ideas that you can start up for little or no money, and it actually works for any location, right? It's not specific to a particular location. So do well to pop it up in the comment section for me, and I will be responding to everyone. Okay, so one of the things I want to talk about this night that is very important is how to plan your content. Okay, now if you're a creator, the first thing you want to look out is your niche that you want to create the content about. Now there are so many, there are thousands of niches out there, but I'm just going to highlight a few, all right, so that you can be able to, maybe put in your own niche and try to put one or two things to see how it can work for you. But if it is difficult for you to do well to leave a comment for me, and I'm going to tell you how to navigate through it. Now I am into the food content creation space. Now I'm going to tell you people how I was able to navigate as a food creator with little or no money. I am doing this because I actually started content creation on a budget. I didn't want to, I didn't have so much money to put into content creation, but I was able to achieve something. Okay, as of September, I was at 700, subscribers, but currently I think I'm sitting in 2,000, and I'm going to tell you how I was able to do that with little or no money. Okay, now if your content requires so much finance, I think you have to, sit back and try to figure out how you're going to start up with little capital. Okay, now for any business you want to do, there should be a provision for you to be able to start up that business with little money, right? If you go around and you ask questions, people will actually tell you that it is possible to start up with little capital. The only difference it's going to make is that it will take quite some time for you to get to that point that you want to get to. But building a business with little capital, building a brand, building content with little capital is very much possible. Okay, now don't think that you need all the expensive gadgets and tools for you to start. No. All right, I'm going to be mentioning quite like a few important tools that you need for your content. Recently I had to like upgrade my gadget and my tools because I think I was in a better space to do that. But if you're not, I'm going to give you an idea. Okay, now for your setup, okay, I'm just streaming with one light. I have more than one light, but I'm streaming with one light. Okay, now you want to go into your content properly. The first thing you want to do is know your kind of setup. Okay, now you can stream. You must not have an iPhone or a Samsung phone for you to start streaming. No, you can stream with an Android phone, and I'm going to tell you how to do that. So many people do not know how to stream. Okay, now if you don't have the money to get lightning, your best shot for streaming is during the day. Now this will help you get that perfect lighting that you need for your content. You don't have to spend so much money for the main time. Okay, now the lighting setup is your best goal. Okay, you will use the natural light, you use your window. Some people stream outside, outside their houses. If you're living alone in a compound, if you don't live alone, you can use your window lighting and it will serve so well. I stream during the day with just the window lighting setup. You don't need so much lighting. So if you're starting up and you don't have money to get the lighting setup, you can start streaming during the day and you use natural lighting. Now that aside, okay, your phone is your get go to streaming. All right, you should make sure that there's space on your phone. That is number one. If not, your phone will keep hanging and going off. Okay, now the next thing you want to do is to make sure that your setup is cool, your background, wherever it is that you want to stream from. Okay, that place is well convenient and comfortable. There's no noise. You can try to use an external mic if you can afford that. If you cannot, you can skip that. Okay, now one important thing you should know is that you should be able to plan your content. That way you can batch box but create content and push it out when you want. If you're not batch creating content, it may be a bit challenging for you. I go to work and I come back so late, so sometimes it is so difficult for me to stream a new video. But batch creating content actually helped me during the period that I was consistently posting. So I showed up consistently for 60 days or more than, I think more than 60 days, and it was a wholesome experience. I saw very remarkable changes. Okay, same way I have decided to stream live every day and come and teach people how to navigate as creators. So feel free to hang around, stay in the family, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, give this life a thumbs up. I am saying subscribe so that you get notified when I go live and you're able to come and learn. All right, come and learn. That's it. I'm just giving the whole ideas free. Just doing this because this is part of the things I plan to do in 2026. The part of the goals I plan to do in 2026, that is to give people value, right? So if you're just joining and you're a new creator, I have like a Q&A right here. Are you a new YouTube creator? So do well to pop your answers on that Q&A that you're seeing on the screen. Are you a new YouTube creator? I just want to be sure that I am speaking to the right audience. And if you're a new creator, you want to grow your channel, do well. There are people who are leaving comments in the comment session. Do well to connect with them. Hi Remarks, I'm streaming from Nigeria. Where are you watching from? I am currently streaming from Nigeria. My name is Grace. I am a practicing medical doctor and a creator. Okay, so I am still trying to build myself, to build my my creating journey and everything. So I am looking to connect with other creators too. if you're not even a creator, I am looking to connect with you. Okay, one of the essence of coming to this platform is I want to know the kind of people who are on YouTube. All right, I feel like YouTube have like a very different set of people. Remarks, I'm streaming from Nigeria. Where are you watching from? I feel like YouTube have like a very different set of people, and trying to understand them can be pretty challenging. So one of the things I want to do is to understand the kind of audience that are on YouTube. Are they very, very different from other social media platforms? Are they like the people from Instagram? Instagram is a different ballroom altogether. So are they the same class, or there is something very different from creators from people on YouTube and other social media platforms? So I want to connect with everybody. I want to bond with people from this platform, and I want to be more out there. I want to push myself out there more. Hi Gaspix, it's so good to have you around. You've been sending messages. Okay, the message you sent in the morning, I don't know if it was in the morning. I was working, and I just wanted to show up because I think I have been okay. You're a new creator, Remarks. So hey creators, if you're on this live at this moment and you want to you want to connect with other creators, okay, do well to check the comments, look for people who are new creators, connect with them. All right, you can subscribe to their channel, check out their videos. Real Max, I'm going to connect with you once I'm done with this live. I am not able to check people's channel currently, but I will do that once I'm done with the live. Hi Gaspix, it's so good to have you on board. Thank you so much. Thank you for checking up. It's so exciting. I think I'm finally meeting the right people. I don't know if that is the right word to use. I think I'm finally meeting the ideal people. Okay, so recently I've been making lots of friends on YouTube here, and it's been so interesting because I actually did not believe it. I had so much thoughts if I should come to YouTube or not. Okay, Remax, you're streaming from Imo State. I'm currently in Bayelsa, and I'm serving in Bayelsa. Hi, if you're joining the live, you're welcome to the live. Kindly give this live a thumbs up for me, and if you don't mind, you can share the link to your friends, to your family. I want to teach this night, and I am going to do that no matter the little strength that I have on me right now. So Remarks, you can also check the previous live. I talked about niching, and I talked extensively on niching on my previous live. You can check it. I used the title "How to Grow on YouTube as a Beginner Creator," so you can check that out. For today, we are going to start locking in for 2026. So if you have not yet locked in on your own, no. See, 20 January is almost up. Okay, a lot of people are still trying to know the next thing to do. They are still confused. Many people have no idea what next to do, what to do. Okay, now I am going to help you. I'm going to guide you. I'm going to teach you things that can help you as a creator, as someone who is just trying to start up, as someone who is trying to build. Okay, now I made the last community post on my YouTube channel. There's a WhatsApp group link there for people who would want accountability partner. Like, you need somebody to ginger you to show up. All right, so that is the essence of that WhatsApp group. You can do well to join if that is what interests you. All right, if that does not interest you, it is very, very fine. Okay, so today we're going to talk about how do we start this whole content creation thing, right? Okay, we've chosen our niche, we've chosen where we want to specialize in. If I'm going to do that, okay, thank you so much, Remax. Now we've chosen. If you're joining the live, you're welcome. Kindly give this live a thumbs up for me. Kindly give this live a thumbs up. If you've not subscribed, kindly hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification, so that we will keep talking about how to grow on YouTube. Right now, we've chosen where we want to build around. I keep saying it, and I will continue to say it. Do not be scared. Okay, if you feel like there are a lot of people already creating the kind of content that you're creating, and that will make you not to continue, then you are wrong, because people will keep showing up with the same thing, with the same idea every single day. Funny enough, you may be the pioneer of that idea, right? You may be the starter of that idea. that okay, you want to go into this and you've not seen anybody create that kind of content, but the moment you start it, I tell you, a lot of people will copy that idea. Okay, so do not feel overwhelmed that people are already in the field, you will not do well, you're not going to, navigate through it. I'm going to tell you something. Every small business started somewhere. You see those big brands that you're seeing, they started somewhere and they had that fear in them. Thank you so much for joining the live. Kindly give the live a thumbs up for me, and don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment telling me where you're streaming from. I want to connect with everyone on this live. Yes, I want to do that. I want to know everybody by name. You know Gaspix. I now know Gaspix. Anyway, I see Gaspix is now one very person that I know very well from live streaming on YouTube. That is how well I want to go in 2026. I want, by the time people, all right, the WhatsApp, just check, go to my posts. Okay, if you go to my YouTube channel, you check posts, not videos, posts. Okay, I made a post and the link to the WhatsApp group is attached there. Thank you so much, Gaspix, my able moderator. Thank you so much. God bless you. I really appreciate it. Thank you for coming around and for staying around. Okay, you guys, I am not supposed to be streaming by this time because I am going to work tomorrow and my eyes are so red, but I really do not care because I think I've not streamed for some days. I was so under the weather, but I am here. So today we're going to be talking about how do we now start this content. Okay, now we've chosen what we want to do. Now the first thing you have to do is to make sure that you are ready to go all out. If you're not ready, it's actually fine. Remember, I said I did a video, I did a live, and I talked about niching. I also talked about a little bit about consistency. Okay, now you can decide to show up once a day, you can decide to show up once a week, you can decide to show up once a month, but one thing you should understand is that you have to put in strategies in place. If you want to show up once a month, how are you going to show up and people will know that okay, she has showed up with a new content? Thank you so much for joining the live. Kindly give this live a thumbs up for me, and if you've not subscribed, kindly hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much, everyone joining. Leave a comment telling me where you're streaming from and I will connect with you. Now, if you say you want to show up once a month, how do you intend to show up once a month so that when you show up, people will definitely come to your channel and support you the way that they support other channels? Okay, that's why I made mention of making sure that you are ready to share link to your social media platforms, because that is the one very fast way that people will know that okay, there's something up. Right now, when you do that, people will be able to stream your video and know that yeah, you posted something new. Now, if you're not a big fan of posting your links on your social media platforms, I actually do not share my links to social media platform because I feel like there's no traffic that comes from there for me. If you understand how your channel works, that's better. I've seen people that post on their WhatsApp and they get audience from that area, but for me, I don't do it because I have tried it so many times and it didn't work. So I just post my link on YouTube alone. I just share my video on YouTube, but what I do is that I try to show up as often as possible, not once a month. So if you want to do once a month, be ready to share your link and encourage people to come to your channel and visit it. And make sure that another thing you're going to do is to post very high valuable content. I actually feel like there is a way that YouTube is promoting videos that talk about how to grow, how to build, how to gain subscribers, right? Stuff like that. So I feel like there's a way YouTube is pushing those videos better compared to other kind of videos. And then AI videos, they are another set of videos that are doing so well. So do well to look around you. What is doing so well around you? What are your what do you think people around you will love to see? Do they want to see DIY crafts? Do they want to see cooking tutorials, recipe videos? Also, whatever it is that you're doing, make sure that it is something you are also passionate about. Don't just go for things that you feel like will impress people. At the end of the day, surprisingly enough, it may not impress people. So go for what you will not feel exhausted and burnt out to do. Okay, now I went for cooking because that is what I can comfortably do with little or no ingredients, like I always mention. All right, so go for what you are comfortable doing, whatever it is. I really do not know. Okay, so just go for what you're comfortable to do. Now you want to also make more research about that kind of content. Okay, now some people, I have seen lots of videos where people say they have a faceless channel, but at the end of the day they had like issues with that faceless channel. I think they did something wrong also. So if you want to go into faceless content creation, make sure that you've read lots of things and you've tried to see other people's review and their challenges and how they were able to overcome it before you go into that particular niche, right? So whatever niche it is that you're going into, make sure that you have basic idea about it. Thank you so much for watching the live. Kindly give this live a thumbs up for me, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Tell me where you're streaming from, and I'll be so excited and glad to connect with you. So let's continue with what I was talking about. So if your goal is I want to start right away, okay, and you've chosen what you want to do, now you should know that there's no content without a setup. Okay, I will not go so much into setup, but if you want me to talk about that, I will do that. Okay, I actually have a video where I shot and I got some basic tools that is currently helping me. So I think that video will benefit other upcoming creators too, who would want to know, okay, what are the basic things that I can actually get that will help me through content creation. Okay, there are affordable gadgets. You don't need to get everything. If you get everything, at the end of the day you will regret why you got some things. I got a ring light and I think I regret why I got a ring light. Okay, now it doesn't mean that it's not serving its purpose, but I felt like having a LED light alone was enough for me. Okay, I just needed to get other things, right? But I decided to get both the ring light and everything. So do well to know what you need. Know your budget. Know what you're working with. If you're able to know what you're working with, then it is going to help you, plan better, and it will help you to show up more. All right. Now I'm filming and there's currently no light, but you'll be wondering, how am I doing that? It is because I was able to figure out that I needed an extra source of light source, and I went for what will serve me. So have your content tools in place if you want to start up. If you don't have so much money on you but you still want to start up, there are basic things you can get. At least a tripod is the number one thing. You don't want to be creating a video and everything you're creating, the video is shaking and it's not stable. You're struggling to hold your video, your camera with your hand and express yourself with your other hand, right? So you want to get like affordable things that are very, very important. Don't go for everything for the first start. Now the main thing in the whole content stuff is to make sure that you have a strategy lined out on how you want to create your content. Okay, so what I do is during the week I try to use AI to plan my content. Okay, for days that I do not have so much ideas. Now there are ways that you can approach AI that it will help you. Okay, now one of the things I do is I look at my budget, then I can go to AI and say, I have so and so budget. What content do you think I can create with this budget for the week? I want to create, say, 7 contents, okay, and I have so and so budget. What do you think I can create with this budget? And you will be so surprised to see ideas of things that you can create within your budget. Now if your niche is into talking head videos, I think you're more on a lucky side. All you just need is the idea, right? Compared to people who are into doing crafts and cooking, sharing recipes and all that. So if you're into creating talking head videos or teaching, I think you're more on the better side. You're more of an advantage because you just need to go for ideas. Okay, now you're going to ask questions with surrounding what do you think people are trying to find information about. Okay, don't just be you know posting randomly. Don't just be posting random videos because you want to show up. No, make sure that you are solving a problem. Okay, for other channels they may do that kind of thing, but if you're into creating talking head videos, you want to go for content that are very, very attractive, that will attract your audience. Okay, you want to ask questions. What do you think people are trying to know or get more information about recently? So you will get lots of ideas on how to do that, and then you create your content. I remember I said, if you don't have good lighting setup, creating your content during the day is your get go. You want to do it when there's natural light, so that you can be able to have a very clear and crisp video. Okay, now if you have lightning, then you can create at any time. I love to come live or create my content at night because it's more serene. I live like along the road, and everywhere is so noisy during the day, but at night I kind of have a little bit peace and tranquility, that I can be able to talk and the noise and background noise will not be too much. So know what works best for you. And I tell you, one thing you want to do, like I said earlier, is you want to start locking in. If you're not yet locked in, it's very much okay. But don't drag it. Don't drag it more than it already is, because if only I started early last year, I think I would have gone far. But I kept dragging it till towards ending of the year. That was when I was able to pick courage. So I said, this year, one of the things I'm going to do is to show up, and I will show up very well. I will show up with purpose. I will show up to give value and to deliver value. All right. So do well to make sure that you have a goal in mind, something that you're looking to achieve, a very key point, that a very key target, that when you look at it at the end of the year, it may look like you didn't get to that point, but you were able to achieve half of it or some of it. Okay, so if you're a creator, do not panic, do not feel overwhelmed, and do not feel like you're not doing enough or you don't know what to do at this point, because it's going to actually look like it. All right, but one thing you should understand is that the journey is not an easy one. No matter how many videos that you watch in line and you hear people saying you can do it in 1 week, you can do it in 2 weeks, it may not work for everybody that way. Okay, it may not work for everybody that way, but one thing you should understand, that you have like your own path to follow. You have your own, timeline, and you have your own deliverables to follow. Okay, so you just have to work with that. If your timeline is towards to achieve something towards the end of the year, maybe you should just stick with that and start gradually. Okay, first thing, start your research, start making your researches. If you don't have any idea at all, if you have an idea and you still feel like you're stuck behind, start refining that idea, refine it better, make more research around it. How do I do it better than it previously was? Currently, I think I'm testing a lot of things on my channel. Okay, but one of the things I think that is actually, doing quite a little bit well for me at the moment is just live streaming. Okay, so me showing up and teaching and giving value is actually what is pushing me right now. Thank you so much for joining the live. If you're just joining, kindly give this live a thumbs up for me, and don't forget to tell me where you're streaming from. I want to connect with everybody from this live. Okay, don't mind my face. I had a very long day at work, and I am currently here because the goal is to lock in. All right, I have started locking in gradually. I'm still not there yet, but I tell you, if you start doing it with intentionality, then I think it will be much more better, and you will see better results compared to when you don't show up at all, when you keep dragging and stalling and feeling like nobody is going to see you, nobody is going to know. One thing I will tell you is I had that fear in me too, for a couple of weeks and months. I kept saying, what if nobody sees me? What if nobody is there to support? What if nobody is there to encourage? All those kind of thoughts, they kept popping on my head and my mind, but I really did not allow it get to me. Okay, I said I was going to show up, no matter, even if it was just one. I would just come up, and instead, I better come up, and if there's nobody, I will leave than I did not come up at all. Okay, so I am so excited. There are people who would want to gain one or two, who would want to learn. All right, so do not panic. If you have any questions, feel free to pop it in the chat box. I am going to give you answers. I'm going to give you directions and how to go about it. All right, so here is, forget my other videos where I post my food content. If you see me live, just know that I'm here to answer your questions, and I'm here to guide you. I'm here to teach you things that can help you. Okay. So one of the things you also want to do is to choose a consistency timeline that works well for you. Okay. I feel like if you don't want to be posting long form videos, you want to do live, that is very much okay. You can choose which time in the week works well for you to come up live. I actually feel like I still have a lot of things that I am currently learning, and gradually, hopefully, I'll be able to teach you guys more about life on YouTube and other forms of content creation on YouTube. I'm not so good with the whole breaking the analytics and everything, but if you want to grow, I am going to tell you how to do that. Okay, so make sure that you have your niche. I gave an assignment on niching, us choosing our niches, and I really don't know if the previous viewers they are on the live, but if you've not chosen your niche, go and choose your niche. Go and choose what you want to talk about. Go and choose what you want to create content around. And if your goal is to learn other aspect of life that is not content creation, that is a very excellent idea too, because one thing I'm going to tell you is that YouTube gives that opportunity for you to learn with without having to pay anything. Okay, so my first baking tutorial was from YouTube. I learned it from YouTube. I started building my passion from watching baking and recipe videos from YouTube. That way, when I realized that, oh, I actually had a skill in this thing, then I went for a physical upgrade. Okay, so you may not know what you can really do until you start you know trying. Okay, until you start trying. So don't look at it like you are not going to gain anything. Make the most of what you have. Okay, make the most of what you have. This is a platform that you see millions of tutorials, and you see millions of people who create one particular content. What you just need to do is to put all of this together and know which one is going to be perfect enough for you. All right, why I said perfect enough is you may not get the actual thing that you want, but it's like a stepping stone for you. Okay, there are actually people who teach very well on this platform, and you will gain very great value that you don't need to go for a second upgrade or a boost. So you want to go for creators that are very passionate about this thing, and they will help you to grow. Okay, so thank you so much everyone joining. You're welcome to the live. Thank you so much. Don't forget to hit the like button and help me to elevate the live. And don't forget to leave a comment telling me where you're streaming from. I want to connect with creators. All right, so repurposing our content, you have to know how to make use of AI to repurpose your content and make it much better. Don't keep racking your head over something that you can easily get. Okay, I tried to do that, but I realized that that was really taking so much time. Instead of me spending hours thinking of what to create, the kind of content to create, I just go and I ask GPT, what do you think I should do? Stuff like that. And there are thousands of ideas flowing in. So don't get overwhelmed with the whole trying to figure out an idea. If you know what you want to create about, then getting an idea should not be a problem for you. There is always a way to get an idea around that. Then remember, you want to also know the kind of people that you want to push your content to. Do you want to create a content for children? Do you want to create it for adults? Who exactly? Do you want to create a content for people who are enthusiastic about tech, about people who want to upgrade their skill, who want to learn a skill? Those are the things you should also have in mind, because this will help you know how to plan your content too. Will your content be very detailed, or will it just be like short clips? Okay, that will also help you plan the kind of content that you want to be creating. So don't just create randomly. Okay, there are people who would want to just watch a very short clip. How did you do it? I just want to see from the beginning to the end. Why there are people who would want to know the step by step. How were you able to do it, like from the beginning down to the very end? You understand? There are people like that. I had a friend who have this fashion channel. She creates more fashion tutorials, and she um recently she is having like this little bit challenge with her channel because her content requires more of being detailed, more of her being specific and detailed about the whole process. But because of how the schedule and activity is, she will not be able to create everything from the beginning down to the very end. So that's engagement, and the way she was expecting it to go is not really how it is going. Okay, so know the kind of people that you're creating your content for. Are they people who would want to know the details, or are they people who would want to like skip to the very end? Okay, that will also help you in your journey as you begin. All right, thank you so much for joining the live. Kindly give the live a thumbs up for me, and don't forget to tell me where you are streaming from. Okay, so I want to quickly check on my network because it is currently giving me a little bit glitches. And you guys, if you've not subscribed, do well to subscribe because our episodes are still coming up. They're still rolling in. Okay, this is just like the second of the whole thing that I am bringing to you. If you've not watched the video about niching, do well to check it out with the caption "How to Grow on YouTube as a Beginner." You're going to learn so much about niching. We talked extensively about niching, about some other questions that some creators have popping up on their mind. How to navigate, how to do some certain kind of things. So do well to check it out, and don't forget that there are people who would want to connect with you. Okay, so if you're in the live and you see creators in the comment section, do well to you can help subscribe to their channel, and tell them to engage back with you. You understand, stuff like that. That way you are growing, you are benefiting all around from being on the platform. Don't just think that they are going to fall down from above, and it is from how you engage with them that they will engage back with you. So be very proactive, be very active, and start looking in for your 2026. Don't just wait till the end of 2026 before you start saying, okay, it's now time for me to lock in, it's now time for me to start engaging with people. No, don't wait till that very moment. Start now. Start writing out your ideas. Also have like a notepad. Your phone is very friendly and it is very handy. That is why it's a mobile phone. So whenever ideas pop in your head like this, do well to put down those ideas, because one thing with ideas is they don't last long. Okay, you are not your brain is not so very very capable of retaining information for so long, and there's tendency that some of the information may just pass and fly away. So do well to have a notepad handy where you jot down these ideas. What are the things that you want to create about? What are the things that you want to talk about? And remember, batch creating content also helps for people who find out that their schedule is so tight and they will not be able to show up like every day. Batch creating content will help you. Okay, you can create them, you can map out like a day during the weekend to create your content. And then I don't think YouTube has this scheduling option, but I know other social platforms have it. YouTube may have it, but I haven't really tried it. I think you can do that with YouTube Studio on your website's browser. I think you can be able to schedule your content for days that you want it to drop and time, stuff like that. So you can batch create, edit, and schedule your content so that you are not feeling overwhelmed. There are days that you will actually not want to show up. Okay, it happens. I feel that way sometimes. Today I almost did not show up. Yes, but I remember that I came live in the morning. I was like, I was going to come back live again this night, and still share one or two ideas so that people can start planning. People can start warming up and getting themselves ready, getting their stuffs ready for people who want to start. So I decided to come back live and talk about it. So I really, really appreciate every one of you joining and supporting the live. Do not take it for granted. I see a lot of people who I'm just meeting for the first time. I have not really been into live content creation. I just started, streaming live, and I decided to start talking more and, you know, sharing value more. Giving people value more this year. And I really hope that I'm going to be able to achieve that before the end of this year, because I don't just want it to be just random lives all the time. I want it to be intentional. I want it to be where I come and we're able to tackle your questions. We're able to answer questions surrounding the challenges and difficulties that you're facing. Okay, so if you do well to give this live a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. You guys just give me like a minute. I will be right back on the live, guys. Just give me a minute. I'll be very, very right back. I just want to check on this internet. So if you have any question, feel free to pop it on the chat box. I will respond to you. If you have any clarifications that you want to make, you have any questions, you want to know how to start showing up, do well, pop it on the chat box. I'm going to respond. I'm going to give you answers to your questions. So pop it on the chat box. How do I show up? Whatever it is that you have questions, we're here to interact. I'm going to interact with you guys for quite some time just before I go off again and prepare for work tomorrow. Hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow, right? So do well to pop your questions in the chat box. Let's chat and let's interact this night. Just give me a minute and I'll be back to you guys. Thank you so much. Am I still okay? Okay? Thank you so much. Thank you so much for hanging around. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Please, can I get to know the people who are still on the live? Kindly leave a comment for me. Kindly leave a comment for me. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And thank you for hanging around. Thank you for hanging around. I really appreciate. I will also make sure that I try to come on live tomorrow and we'll continue this, teaching. Okay. So if you have any concerns about, how to go about starting up, how to go about, creating this content, or how to navigate through YouTube, do well to pop it in the comment section. And don't forget that one thing you should understand is that the way the platform works may not be the way you understand other platforms. Other platforms, you may just show up randomly and you are excelling, you're doing well. I just feel like this requires a little bit more patience. It requires, more consistency. Yes, I know that people talk about consistency, and they may really not emphasize so much on it. But one thing I want to tell you is that there is a role. I feel like there's a role consistency plays. Okay, because I have tried being consistent and I have tried being inconsistent, and my God, it was so. I just feel like when the moment I am consistent, I am seeing like very good, improvement and changes. But the moment I just slide back a bit and just relax, I'm like, it just seems like I'm starting from the very beginning. And I'm like, why can't we just take a break? You guys, do you understand? Can't we just take a break? Sometimes I just want to, show up, show. Did I go off? All right, thank you so much. I don't know what happened. So sometimes I just want to show up and show up well, but then sometimes it just seems like I am just I just want to go back to the way that I used to be, just being myself and all that. I am more like inner person, not wanting to show up. But then when you don't show up, you're not going to see any good change. You're not going to see any improvement. It just seems like you're way behind. You're very backward. A lot of things are going wrong and all that. But the moment you begin to show up, things begin to change. That just shows that people appreciate it more when you are showing up. All right, people appreciate it more when they are seeing like the effort that you're putting in. So as much as you want to just show up only once in a month or once in a week, you just have to understand that there are people that, you know, will interact with you more the moment that they notice that she's really putting in the effort, she's really doing her best. Okay, so don't just make it like you want to come when you want to come. No, it's going to be so much difficult for you to pull through. It's going to be very challenging for you to um, keep getting that kind of support that you usually get. Okay, so the moment I just stopped showing up, it just seemed like everything just went down. Like I just had this like down moment, and to come up again was now looking like a very big challenge for me. Okay, so I decided to try something new. So whenever you feel like okay, you're exhausted, you don't want to continue, you don't know what next to do, maybe you can try something else. Okay, you can try like a different kind of stuff. Okay, I was doing long form videos, but at some point I realized that it wasn't working again. Then I tried short form videos. At some point I said, the short form is okay, but then we need to do better, we need to do much better. You're just creating content, but people do not know you. Okay, so I want to be like, I want to know how to stream very well, like very very well. Okay, not like I'm going to like get a medal for it, but this is not only going to build you, it's going to build your confidence, it's going to build the way you interact with people, it's going to build the way you present yourself. Okay, so I at this point I realized that by the time I finish, applying all my put on my earrings, apply my lip gloss and everything, I'll be feeling so tired to come live. I just said, okay, why not just brush your hair and just show life. Okay, so sometimes you don't have to overthink some of the things that you do. You just have to do it. The moment you start to overthink it, you begin to see flaws, you begin to see the imperfectness in you. Yes, begin to see that I'm not looking so good, I don't look so good. Are you sure people will follow what I'm saying? Are you sure people will understand what all those stuffs? Sometimes you just show up. Okay, your audience, if they begin to connect with you, they will help you build conversation, they will help you achieve what you want, they will help you do better. Okay, so when I started, I had like Gaspix was on the live, I had few other people who were on the live, and they were encouraging, supporting. I know Canary King, I know some people who came on, and with the interaction I was able to like build. I said bonding more. I said building the way I talk, I speak. Okay, I may not be like the perfect orator or the perfect person with the right words, but one thing I want to let you know is that you just have to show up for that thing. Even if it's a business, you have to show up for that business. Okay, so when I started my business then that was like years back. Okay, I was not a social media person. I really really hated coming online. I just wanted to come online. Even if I wanted to come online on my own terms, live when I want to live. I didn't want to be regulated by being online. But then I realized that if I don't show up, people will not actually know my brand, people will not know me. Okay, and then my friend was like a very big supporter. My friend will always say, you have to show up. Exactly, you get better all along. Exactly. My friend will say, you have to show up. Even at some point, my friend will pick my phone and then help me post my product. Okay, I had a very good skill, but I felt like I could just do it by just staying away from social media. They just doing it, just telling only family and friends. No, but the moment I began to show up, I began showcasing this skill. I got I got international clients from my business. Yes, I had to like open like a dumb account for my business because I had international clients. that were ordering from outside for their loved ones. That was because I started showing up. Okay, so even if it's a business that you're doing, and one of the things you're doing on YouTube is to know how to grow your business or how to build your brand, if you're not ready to show up for that business, if you're not ready to show up for that brand, it's not going to grow, because people will not know you, they will not understand what you do, they will not understand the passion behind what you're doing. Okay, showing up helps me build like a very good platform on social media. And when you apply for some kind of grants or stuff like that, they would want to see your social media, and it is somehow to tell people that you just have only offline customers. You understand, like you don't have a social media platform. Even big brands have social media platforms. So I said, okay, why don't I build my own platform? Okay, and I did that. And when I began applying for grants for my business, I realized that one of the things they will ask you is a link to your handle, your business page handle, or whatever it is that you're doing, the link to that page. And I saw how important it was, because not only will it build trust between you and your customers, it's going to help build credibility. When people see it, they'll be like, she's actually doing a very good work, you understand. And then I used more of people's reviews. I think I shared it last time. I had more returning customers, more returning people who would buy the first time and they would come back for the second time. So even if it is, no matter what it is actually that you're building this year, okay, you just have to know that you have to be all out for it. If you're not ready to be all out for it, then it doesn't mean that it will not work. I'm just saying that it may not really work the way that you want it to work. It may not really go the way that you planned. Okay, so be ready to go all out for it. Start building trust and credibility amongst people. What I am doing now, okay, is trying to build like a form of trust around my audience, so that they understand that just posting only my food content videos will not make people understand that there is actually one or two they can gain from me aside those recipe videos. Some people are not really interested in the recipe videos. I totally understand. There are people who, even after watching a recipe video, they will not try it out. So there are people like that. But there are people who, when you begin to share what you have, the idea that you have, they tend to understand, and they tend to know that you have something more to offer, not only that. So find a way to tell people or make people know that there is more to you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Make people understand that there's more to you, there's more they will gain and benefit from working with you. Okay, I don't really like to use the word following. Okay, there's more to gain and more to achieve from working with you. It's not just people want to benefit. They don't just want, some people, although there are people that don't even mind, there are people that don't care. But a lot of people, with how everything is going now, people want to learn. If they are not learning a hard skill, they are learning a soft skill. Okay, and like I mentioned earlier, there are lots of soft skills to learn. YouTube may not be the only platform that you can grow from. Okay, there are lots of channels too that do well, that exposes people to lots of audiences. I know TikTok, if you're into business and you want to sell, say, a bit faster, you want to gain more customers, you can use the storytelling approach on TikTok, and I tell you, you're going to do well. Okay, you're going to do well. Why do I say this? I have tried using the storytelling technique. I was not a good storyteller. My first grant that I applied for, okay, the first grant that I won, I had no idea about storytelling. But after that, okay, I realized that storytelling actually plays a very important role if you are a business person, okay? Even if you're not a business person and you're a content creator, if you use the storytelling approach to let people understand and, give people like a background, history, something like, okay, this is actually why I started. If you watch, when I speak on the live and for some time. I will tell you, one of the reasons that I started to come live is to connect and build a very good audience with people. I want to get to know people more. I want people to get to know me. I keep mentioning that. And that is like, it is not a full storytelling form, but it helps you understand, okay, there's actually a reason why she started coming live. I also said I will be coming live to share like my cooking videos and all that. But one of the things I also want to do is to make sure that at the end of the day, when I begin to check what have I been able to achieve for the year, I will say yes, I was able to, help people, gain trust and build something through my teachings. You understand? I'm not a perfect teacher, but over time, as I started, giving talks, telling people stuffs, I began to build more on how to teach, how to, help people navigate through some of the challenges that they may be facing. So I may not really do only YouTube growth teachings. There's more to life. Okay, there's more to learn. So I sometimes I just love to say, okay, one thing you should also learn how to do is to make sure that you are very, very, connected to God, and you are trying to build your pathway in a very straight, way. I have a friend that is currently, into social media. Okay, recently he started creating content. Okay, one thing I keep making that person understand is that you just have to be your authentic self. Okay, that will really, really help you along your growth pathway. Okay, uh trying to emulate or copy people, let me use the word copy. Emulation is quite different. Trying to copy people to do the exact same thing they are doing may not really help you as you are growing. Okay, but when you are your authentic self, you do you. Okay, you find out that people who connect with you are connecting with you because of what attracted them to you in the first place. Okay, there's a reason why people connect with you. It's not necessarily because you're doing too much or they are gaining so much from you. No, there are people that may not gain anything from you, but they connect with you because they are attracted to your kind of personality, they are attracted to your style, they are attracted to the way you do your thing. Okay, so while you're building, you want to be your authentic self. Thank you so much for joining the live. Kindly give this live a thumbs up for me, and don't forget to, I really, really appreciate everyone joining, because your encouragement is making me stay up to this point. I just realized that you actually cannot do this thing on your own, right? You cannot do this thing on your own. Imagine you come live and there's nobody to support you, to encourage you. You would definitely live the life. Okay, thank you so much. If you're watching, you're welcome to the live. Thank you so much, guys. Please kindly like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. Please, God bless you. I really appreciate. So I told this person that you have to be authentic. You just have to continue, because at some point, he my friend kept saying, "Do you think I should do it like this? Do you think I should do it like that?" And I said, "No." Okay, if you watch, there are people who connect with you, and there's a reason why they connected with you in the first place. Now imagine you are no longer doing that particular, following that way they know you for, and you're not trying to deviate. A lot of people will walk away. Excuse me. A lot of people will definitely leave. Okay, so you want to be your authentic self. All right, so these are the things you should be noting and looking out for in this year. Okay, don't just do things the usual way that you usually do it. No, let there be like a difference, that at the end of the day you'll be like, oh, I actually did something different. Then you look at, did I benefit or did I lose in doing something like this? Okay, so we should learn when we have to what do they call that again? I'm trying to look for the right word. We should learn when we have to not switch, we should learn when we have to, follow the trend. Okay, we should learn when things are changing. Okay, things should not be like the usual pattern that you always do. While you're keeping to your authentic self, you should also understand that there's a trend and people follow the trend. When you don't follow the trend the way that it should be, they will leave you and go for the trend. Okay, now the trend I'm talking about is not the trend whereby you have to, how do they put that? I really don't want to use that word. It's not the trend whereby you have to show all your body. I think that's the trending one now. No, that's not the trend I'm talking about. The trend I'm talking about is you have to keep learning and you have to keep knowing when people need new ideas around something. Okay, recently I noticed that some creators who create talking head videos are repurposing their content, and some of the things, the way they created content last year is actually not the way they are creating the content this year. They are trying to do things a little bit different so that they can be able to still gain their audience the way that they've been gaining their audience. Okay, so you want to know the trend and learn to adapt to the trend in a positive way, guys. In a positive way. I don't mean in a negative way. In a positive way. Okay, let it be that it is value added. I'm not into the whole you must do what everybody's doing for you to, you know grow. No, you can still grow. People who actually understand the value and the kind of value you're giving, or the kind of value they will gain from you, will actually connect with you. Okay, not everybody is going to connect with you, but people who understand, people who follow through, your view audience, they will definitely connect with you. So don't panic that you don't have all the audience that you need. No, not everybody is going to work with you on the journey. Not everybody is going to do that, but the people who will do that will definitely do that with you. So relax. If you've not locked in, like I said, it is not late. We're still in January, and it doesn't matter when you actually decide to lock in. What matters is that you are actually taking the steps towards locking in. Okay, now how do I mean by locking? You're taking the steps towards achieving what you want to achieve for the year. Not everybody will be able to achieve what they intend to achieve, but if you start taking steps, you will be happy that at least you took the step, that you were not dormant all through the year. Okay, it doesn't matter how long it's going to take. It doesn't matter if you don't achieve it. What matters is that you started taking the step, and you are able to put in one or two together to get to that point that you want to get to. So I really, really appreciate Gaspix. Thank you so much. I know you're still on the live. I really appreciate you, and thank you for checking up on me. You've been checking up consistently. I appreciate. I did not even know that I'll be able to do the live today. I was about to turn off my data and go to bed, but then I told myself I'll show up every day. I don't know how I was going to do it, but I was going to do it. I was really, really under the weather the past couple of days. I could not do it. Coupled with the fact that my work was terribly, tight and very, very occupied, I could not do so much. So I'm also thinking if maybe I'll be doing part-time silent streaming when I'm at work. Then when the patient load is less, I will then unmute my mic and talk. That way I will know that I am also trying to show up the way that I intend to show up. Then in the night after work, I will now take on the lectures or any other live video that I want to do, be it cooking video, be it live teaching. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We will definitely continue our series. We are going to get there. Yes, we're going to get there. And I want at the end of the day, people will say, yes, that they gained something. You may not gain everything, you may not gain so much, because I may not have so much, but I will keep sharing, I will keep encouraging you guys, because one thing I want you to know is that you need that encouragement. You need the encouragement. One of the reasons why I think I even showed up was because Gaspix was always sending a message. How are you feeling? Hope you're better. I missed your life. Stuff like that. So those things, yes, we gain a lot by interaction. Exactly. So those messages kind of, they were read in my head, and I kept saying, people are now expecting something. You understand? So you have to try. And then I said, okay, maybe I will just, try and put myself together and show up. And then I said, no, I was not going to do all the whole shenanigans, wear earrings, do all those stuff. No, I was going to show up just the way that I planned. And as soon as I'm done with this life, the next thing I'm going to do is just to pass out on my bed and sleep till the next morning, because my day is usually so busy, and I don't know. I feel like I'm going to quit being a doctor because it's so exhausting. In Nigeria, the workload is becoming so much for doctors, because a lot of doctors are actually leaving the country, they are migrating, the government is not doing what they have to do to help their citizens grow and, to be able to tackle our responsibilities. So most doctors are actually leaving the country. And now the statistics is actually 49,000 patients to a doctor annually. And the statistics did not lie. Why do I say that the statistics do not lie? I am currently seeing over 100 patients every day. And in a year, if you do the calculation, that is 100 times 56 weeks, right? That's over 56,000. Thank you so much. Oh, I'm not a makeup fan. Thank you so much. I actually do not make up because I see my skin. Yeah, I may have some spots, but I actually love my skin so much. My skin is so sensitive that when I even find it difficult to apply cream on my face, I rather use Vaseline. So I appreciate my skin the way it is. I can just line my lips, use lip gloss, put on earrings, and just that. But most often, like in a year, all through the year, if I don't have an event, my face is always like this, because I just appreciate how it is. Skincare products are not so good on my skin. Maybe I haven't found the very good one, but I'm okay like this. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Everyone joining, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. If you've not subscribed, kindly hit the subscribe button. And do we stay longer? I really don't know. If I have more people interacting in the comment section, maybe I will stay much longer. If I have more people asking questions, I can do like a Q&A. I can answer questions, connect with people. But if there are no much people, if there are no questions, we'll end the live practically very soon, and we'll definitely have to, continue our classes. It's going to be hard to get doctors with the new opportunities from the Western. Exactly. Exactly. It's going to be very hard. It's going to be hard. The facility that I am currently working in, they are actively seeking for doctors, okay? They need doctors, but people are not interested again. I think I will have to quit very soon because it's so draining and exhausting having to attend to over 100 patients every day, outpatient. I actually do not see that as passion again. It was then that I really had passion for medicine. At this point, I think medicine is after my life, and I have to take my life by force, so after this youth service, I may consider going back to my business and then doing medicine part-time. Yes, then I'll have to do my business full-time. and do medicine part-time, because my customers, even recently, they were sending me messages, I wish you were around, stuff like that. That's to show you how passionate I was about the whole business stuff. But medicine is about to drain me, so I may likely do it part-time and focus on my business full-time. And I pray that the government does something faster, because the masses are actually the people suffering. They are the people suffering. They come to the hospital, and before a doctor is able to attend to them, they spend over 3 hours waiting in the queue. You can see how terrible it is now. Then in the next few years, I think it will be worse than this, because these recent Gen Z doctors, they don't send. You understand? They really do not care. They will go for what gives them peace. They will go for what gives them money, not coming to suffer themselves, taking care of patients, and they are earning peanuts for it. So the patients are the masses are the people suffering, and I hope the government will do something about it very soon. If not, it will get worse than this. So me, if I see opportunity, I will stop the work. Recently, from next week, I think from next month, I'm going to have to tell my employee to cut down the number of times I work, because I I have I fell sick more so many times compared to when I was not working out. I was just doing only business. So okay, I don't need to quit. I should find my way. Okay, the thing actually is, finding your way to where your profession is valued is actually not a problem for so many people. A lot of people want to do that, but the finance to do that is actually what is holding so many people back. Okay, some people are trying to, raise or gather money to be able to do that. For most of these countries where our professions are valid, we need to write professional exams, you understand? And where from Nigeria, if you're converting the money to their currency for the exam, the dollar to naira rate is very crazy. Like, you'll be converting millions for little, dollar. So people are just trying to piece one or two finance together to be able to do that. It doesn't mean like people are not, passionate about going to where their skill is actually valued better, but because they are not able to foot the bill at the moment, so a lot of people are finding it very difficult and, challenging to do that. So they are still trying to find their way, navigate through it. Some people, when you write the exam, it does not mean that there's pass and there's fail, right? Yes, not we're not praying to fail, but you still have to keep the check open. Okay, I had people who took exams with me and they did not like scale through that exam. It does not mean that they didn't put effort, but I think maybe one or two happened. Luck was not just on their side. Some people just needed one mark to get to the cutoff and all that, and they were not able to scale through. So they will have to pay another money to write that exam. So really, there are more opportunities in some other African countries for a start. Wow, I haven't really thought about that. And I think those African countries too, they will have exams, but it may not really be so cost expensive like the Western countries. I don't think the cost will be so much like that of the Western countries. So I'm actually still doing researches around all that. This moment you're seeing good reviews, the next moment you're seeing, so a lot of countries will keep popping up. Yes, I'm actually doing my research to know which one will be better, and which one will be very easy to access, you understand? Because I have colleagues who have done the UK licensing exam, they are actually certified to practice in the UK. They are licensed to practice in the UK, but a lot of them are actually facing challenges getting work opportunities there currently. So, just looking at it, the amount of money you spent, and you're still not able to secure work opportunity there. So it can be discouraging to other people who are yet to do the exams. You understand? I also had a friend who said he had done the I read in an anonymous message. Someone said he had done the USMLE exam. That's for the US. He was done with all the exams, and I could imagine the millions of naira that went into writing those exams, but he was not able to match. Okay, yeah. Oh, that's actually true. To reduce cost and boost your resume. That's true. What you said is actually true, because they're also looking at your CV, how good your CV is. They are looking at your CV for them to also prioritize you into, giving you work opportunity. That's actually true. What you said is true. So I'm going to continue to do my research. Let me see what I'll be able to, pull through this year. So I have like some goals to achieve, and I'm still working on them though, doing it one step at a time. And actually, I feel so encouraged. I think it was yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yes, it was yesterday. But I don't think we were on the live. I was talking with that was Canary, right? Yes, I think it was Canary. I was speaking with him, and he also shared like ideas, about the whole exam process, words of encouragement. So it feels so good that, coming on a platform where you really don't know anybody, and then you're seeing people who are so encouraging, and dropping words of encouragement, supporting you. It feels so good. I'm so excited. And even though I was so tired today, I'm so happy that I came live, because I know if I did not come live, Gaspix will say, what is happening? What happened? You said you will come live every day. Your ginger actually made me to come live. Yes, it did. Because the way you kept sending messages, I said, oh my God. I wanted to do like this, what do they call it? Not active streaming, but, like this dormant live streaming, just to like help keep the channel afloat. That was the reason why I was doing those streaming. I do it especially for periods when I know exactly. I know. So I just said, okay, let me just come live, and just before I just sleep for tomorrow. I need to wake up by 5 tomorrow, and I feel so tired, but I actually do not have a choice, because this is what I plan to do, and I'm going to do it. Yes, I'm going to do it. I'm going to show up. So I do those dormant streaming when I will not be, able to come live for the day. I try to do it so just to boost the channel, and keep it running. I just feel like if you're able to show up like every day. Like when I was posting my shorts, I showed up like 3 times a day. Yes, I could post like one particular content, but I would post it like 3 times in a day. So I feel like there's a way your channel is being pushed if you come up consistently. Because I did in the morning when I came live, people joined, but I wasn't able to like communicate, because I was attending to patients, and I will not be able to unmute my mic all through due to for confidentiality's sake. So I just had to like cut the live short so that I will attend to my patients very well. So okay, let me just do it this night again, and I am so excited people were able to join. Thank you so much, Gaspix. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. God bless you. You have really, really supported and encouraged me, and it's so exciting to have people support you and encourage you, even when you don't even know what you are doing. Like I said, I want to show life. I even don't know what I am doing. I don't know what I'm going to do. Tomorrow I may just cook. Next tomorrow I may not cook. But I just want to show, and just build my confidence and build myself. Most importantly, I'm doing this for myself, because I want to grow more. I want to grow better than I used to be. Before, I cannot talk for like 10 minutes. I'm already running out of life. But I think I'm building that, that stamina, and hopefully I will be able to work with more people this year. I'll be able to connect with more people. I know it is a bit by bit process, like stage by stage. Not everybody will understand. A lot of people will come to YouTube. Yes, a lot of people will come to YouTube and they'll just run away. They don't know what to do. They are looking for like other platforms that they will be entertained. YouTube is actually like an entertainment area, so I feel like people go for the entertainment aspect more than the lecture aspect. Yes, I noticed that each platform have what they a key thing. Instagram, if you want to gain hi God, if you want to gain high top-notch value, you want to gain top-notch teachings during life, go to Instagram. Instagram is so good. If you want to grow your platform with life, go to TikTok. Now, if you want entertainment, like you want to be entertained, you want to watch games, all those stuff, prayers, active prayers, stuff like that, come to YouTube. So each platform has like a very unique thing that is associated with it. Okay, you only do YouTube. Oh, listen, I just want to see if I can do YouTube. So, Gaspix, are you actually looking at building your YouTube this year, or you are still trying to understand the whole platform and how to go about it? How exactly do you want to go about it this year? Thank you so much for joining the live. Kindly give the live a thumbs up for me, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you've not subscribed. Leave a comment. Tell me where you're streaming from. Are you a new creator? Answer the Q&A that is on this live. You can see it, as you can do it to answer it, so that I will know. Okay, you're building and learning. That is actually very good. You guys, you can connect with Gaspix in the comment section. Creators, do well to connect with your fellow creators, and I tell you, you are not going to regret it. Everybody, just do what you can do this year. 2026 may not be easy. I really don't know how it is going to go, but I just pray that God keeps giving me the strength to do what I plan to do. Alright, thank you so much everyone for streaming. I really appreciate each and every one of you for coming around. It feels so good. My voice is going low gradually because I did not plan to stay for this long, but I'm so excited. If you still want to connect with me just before we go, feel free to do that. Feel free to tell me where you're streaming from. I will say a final hello to you before we all go out. And don't forget, I don't know if we have Christians in the house. I know there are Muslims, there will be Christians. Don't forget to always make sure that you have strong faith and confidence in God, because if you are capitalizing on your own strength and ability, you will not be able to do it. Yes, you will not be able to do it. So you want to build your faith and trust in God, trusting Him that He will help you. He's going to guide you. He's going to, direct your footsteps to the right direction and path. He's going to help you achieve that which you plan to achieve. If you don't know God for yourself, you want to know Him for yourself, don't just capitalize on what people are saying. Make sure that you've had that encounter. I feel like if you have an encounter with God, you will definitely understand why people encourage you to have an encounter. All right, until you experience that encounter, you will not fully understand the dynamics of how God works. You will not fully comprehend it. He is such a beautiful creator that you see that tiny thing that you desire, sometimes it will look like it is not going to come to pass, but He sees and He knows all of it, and He is going to definitely pull you through it. Okay, so challenges may come and it will look like things are not going the way you want it to go. It will look like there are a lot of things going wrong in all aspects. Okay, you may feel like you're about to give up, you're about to quit, and you don't want to continue, okay? Thoughts like that can pop up at any point in time. But one thing I want you to understand is that even as you begin to have those thoughts that you cannot continue, yes, surround yourself with good people. That is very, very important. Surround yourself with good people. Surround yourself. You will not understand. It may not really, really be your very close friends and family, okay? It may not really be your very close friends and family, but there are people who are actually very, very intentional, that they want to see you um grow. They want to see you achieve that thing that you want to achieve, okay? So do well to surround yourself with good people, and most importantly, your trust and your faith should be in God, because He is going to help you through the difficult times, okay? One thing I'm going to tell you, people, I know not so many people are on the live currently, but recently I felt like, okay, I don't think I was going to do the whole life thing again. I don't think I was going to come live again. I really had this downside feeling. Not like there was anything wrong, but I really like had this downside feeling that I don't think I can pull through it. But then I made like a very silent prayer, and I said, dear Lord, I just want you to help me. Do you understand? You don't really need to shout so much when you're making the prayer. You can just make a very quiet prayer, but let it just be that your heart and your mind, your soul is aligned to God. If that is actually how it is for you, you will not struggle for a very long time. Some days, even when you have the challenges, you will have this calmness in your spirit, okay? Even when I said I was not going to come, I said, dear Lord, just help me. I really do not have like the whole strength. I really don't know what I'm going to come to do. I'm not the best teacher. I'm not the best, YouTuber at the moment. There are actually very big channels. My channel is just like a very pretty small channel, still trying to, grow. But then I said, dear Lord, I just want you to connect me to the people that, that will understand, the people that when you come live, even if it's just hello and then they go off, you just know that there are people around, there are people, there are people here to support you. And in the midst of all the trials and the tribulations that I was just going on, the midst of all the thoughts that was going through my head, I had this calmness in my spirit. I had this fire that was still burning, that kept telling me, you have to show up anyhow. Just show up, just come. If there's nobody, that's fine, just come, and make sure that you just open your camera. So sometimes what I do is just, even if there's nobody, I can just open my camera, stay for like 30 minutes, 1 hour. Doesn't matter how long I stay, I'll just come, and then I'll be like, yes. By the time I'm going off, I'll be like, I came, yes, I did it. I showed my face. I may not have said anything, but yes, I showed my face. And that alone is helping me know that if you say you will do it, with the help of God and the Holy Spirit, you will definitely be able to do it. You will definitely be able to show up even when you are tired. And then have people around you, like Gaspik said, have people around you. He kept sending messages, he kept leaving comments. YouTube don't have like provision to send personal messages, but he kept leaving comments. He kept, that alone, whenever he even sees my dormant life, he will be like, hi, how are you, hope you're getting better, stuff like that. And I'm like, yes, there are actually people who are around. All right, and I am actually praying that we all grow and achieve our heart desires for this year. I'm not only praying for myself at this point, I'm praying for everyone who is actually going through that tough time and trying to decide if they should continue or not. So I'm praying for each and every one of you, and I know that this year is going to be that year that even if you don't achieve all the goals that you plan to achieve, it is going to be that year that you will look back and say, thank God I did something. You understand? At least I saw like a little bit difference, or I saw little bit changes. All right, so do well to be encouraged. Okay, have the Holy Spirit in you and always pray. Always pray. Your prayer may not be as long as 1 hour. Your prayer may not be as long as 30 minutes. But there's this peace you get when you're able to communicate with God as if you're communicating with a friend. All right. I do that a lot because 1 minute running around trying to meet up with work, trying to meet up with the time, the next minute seeing patient, attending to patient, I will really not have any time. But one thing I always do is, to say this silent prayer, and I'll be like, dear God, at this point I am so tired. Okay, I need your strength, I need your help. Depending on the situation that I am in, I'm about to leave for work, I'll just make this silent prayer. Dear Lord, I commit today into your hands. I pray today I find favor. I made that prayer this morning. I did. I made a prayer this morning. So before I left my house, I was like, okay, I really, because I needed to make breakfast. I needed to make breakfast before going to work. I've been skipping breakfast a lot and it's kind of affecting me when I'm working. So I said, okay, I was going to make breakfast today. Unfortunately, yes, I did. Unfortunately, I woke up a little bit late. So I didn't say my morning prayer immediately. So I rushed out and I started making breakfast, started preparing for work. And then just before I left, before I opened my door, I just said, dear Lord, today I'm going to find favor. Today you're going to be with me. I just made that silent, like as though I was talking to a friend. Do you understand? So if you see God as your friend, it will be so easy for you. Then before I started, on my way, before I got to work and settled in, I just had to go through my scriptures and I just found out that if you the way my prayer life was last year is actually not the way it is this year, because I said that I wanted to make very significant change. Okay, what I was not doing often last year, I want to do it often this year. And I noticed there's this change. It may not be so evident, it may not be so big, but there's this change. Okay, so try to find a place to in your heart to keep God or to place God. How do I mean? There should be this part of you that is always communicating with him. Okay, I always tell people that it is not really about the 1 hour prayer that you're making. It is not really about the 2 hours prayer that you make every day. It's about your relationship with him. How is your relationship with him? Is it good? Okay, are you so genuine about your work with him that when you talk to him, you feel confident and you feel calm that you're talking to your maker, you're talking to God? Do you understand? So I try to create this subconscious part of me where I always talk to God. I may not be actively praying, but I am saying something to him. It's either I'm saying, dear Lord, help me, I'm tired. I was so exhausted, so burnt out. That was on Tuesday, or was it on Monday? I felt like I was not going to continue with my work again. But then I just made a prayer. I said, oh God, I'm so tired. I just need strength, just help me. And today's Wednesday. I'm done with my duties. I'm going to work tomorrow, but that's in another place. Okay? So this feels more like a personal relationship. If you don't have that personal relationship with him, you are not going to flow very well. You feel it will look like you're struggling so hard and you're not achieving what you want to achieve. It will look like you're struggling too much. Okay, but if you create that subconscious mindset, and you know that you have somebody that you can always talk to as a friend, as your creator, as your maker, it will be so easy for you to navigate life. It will be so easy for you to navigate challenges. Okay, so please, even if you don't have so much time on your hands, make sure that you have that time to always tell God that this is how you feel. If you feel like you're so down, you're so tired, tell him. Yes, tell him. I am 100% serious about that. Tell him, I have done that so many times, and the way I get strength, I really do not understand it. The way I get rejuvenated, I really don't know. But make sure that whatever it is that you're going through, just tell him. Just tell him. When I wrote my exam, I was like, good. When people ask me, how was your exam? I say, I really do not know. I did my best. But at this point, I am leaving it for God. I was so serious about it. Because what do I know that I will do? I'm not the one marking my script. I'm not the one, I don't know how it is going to turn out to be. But then I said, no, I am going to leave everything in the hands of God. And I'm going to, just see how everything is going to be. And sincerely, the 6 weeks that I waited for my result to come out was the calmest. I write exams, and towards the time that the results will be released, I begin to panic. How is it going to be? Am I going to pass? Sincerely, nobody is above having failed in their results, okay? So I brace myself up for both pass and fail. That is how I have, built myself and my life. I brace myself for any results that I'm going to see. So that 6 was the calmest 6 weeks of my life, because I just said, God, anyhow you want to do this thing, just do it. I'm not looking at the grades I'm going to get. I'm not looking at the score that I'm going to get. I just need one thing. I just need to pass. He did it. So just build that relationship with God. Build it. If you don't have it, build it. It is going to help you. It is going to, 2026 is just starting. I am saying it because last year, 2025, it started on a very good note, because business was booming, everything was so good, it was going so fine. Middle of the year, it was just like as if everything shut. Like, you put your head here, no way. You put your head here, no way. But then I realized that because I already told myself that I was going to work with God, I really did not feel it so much. And every single thing, like every single intention. This year, what I am doing differently, another thing I'm doing, I'm not a journaling fan. I don't journal. But this year, I decided to start journaling. Okay, I decided to start writing my progress, things that I'm able to achieve, things that I'm able to, pull through. This year, I started writing them down, because last year I realized that there were a lot of things, a lot of silent prayers that I made that were answered. But I feel like I didn't really appreciate God enough for those things, because maybe I did not remember that they were once prayer points. So this year I'm writing every single thing down, so that when I look back, I'll be like, oh my God, I prayed about this thing and it was answered. I prayed about this thing and it was answered. So that is how I am going about it this year. And I really, really hope that aside gaining from other aspects of life, you're also going to gain how to work with God this year, and how to build trust and confidence in Him that He's going to help you. Thank you so much once again, everyone. God speaks. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for hanging around. Thank you for staying tuned. You are an amazing person. I don't know you. I haven't even seen your face before. So, and I really don't even know, I haven't really communicated with you for so long, but I really appreciate you. And thank you so much for being around, for always sticking around. God will bless you. To everyone who keeps joining, at any point that you're joining, I really appreciate each and every one of you. And I hope that this year you're going to be so intentional about yourself. You're going to be intentional about your brand. If it's a business that you're building, you're going to be intentional about, your work with God. If you don't have a personal relationship with God, I really, really hope and I pray that you do have it, because it is one of the best experience for anybody. It is a wholesome experience, because you're going to feel that there's a difference when you're doing something and God is involved, and when you're doing something and God is not involved. So I really hope that everyone makes that conscious decision to be better